Laura, I would like to have a few words with you. I would like to hear about your history. Hi, Mary. What kind of things do you want to know? Tell me about your childhood, your home environment, and your parents. I grew up in an institution. My parents passed away when I was very young. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But I can't believe you married into our family under those circumstances. Would that be a problem? Don't you think it is degrading for someone like you to become a member of our family? But I'm in love with Ryan. Love? Stop using such sweet words and not looking at reality. Reality is not that sweet. Isn't our feelings important? Do you really believe that someone who grew up in an institution can marry our son? Yes, I believe so. I wonder where that confidence of yours comes from. You should know where you stand. We trust each other. I think that is the most important thing. Trust. How much trust do you think someone who grew up in an institution deserves? If my past is such a problem, why didn't you tell me sooner? Huh? If you want my son to be happy, you should at least be aware of that. How brazen are you? I never thought it would be a problem. That's why I'm saying you were not raised well. It's totally disrespectful of you to leave something you don't understand as it is. I have done my best. That is the problem. I'm sorry that you don't recognize my efforts. What exactly are you saying that I should do? First, show us some respect. Then, understand who you are and be modest. Understood. I will make more effort from now on. Maybe it's too late for that. What do you mean? Oh, don't you get it? Get what? Your love is worth nothing to us. I can't bear to have someone like you as a family. I want to build a future with Ryan. Is that such a problem? Problem? It is a big problem. How much shame would it bring to us to have someone like you in our family? I just want to be happy with Ryan. You are being naive. Look at the reality. You grew up in an institution and we are upper class. You can't make up the difference. Still, we will try. That is the power of love. Your efforts are meaningless. We are not going to accept you. Do what you want, but it won't change the fact. Oh my. Hi, Laura. I warned you so clearly when the marriage proposal came up. Why didn't you listen to me? You wasted my kindness. Excuse me? This is why people who grew up in institutions are not worth it. I don't understand. On behalf of the groom's family, I would like to say something. We believe that accepting you is going to degrade our family. I want you to break off this engagement. Therefore, your marriage to Ryan will be canceled. What? Why are you saying this all of a sudden? It's not sudden. I told you about it already, didn't I? You remember we exchanged texts when you first came to our house? Yes, of course. But I can't believe that you would call off an engagement on a wedding day. What on earth is the problem? It's because we decided that it would be a disgrace to our family's dignity for you to marry our son. Me? Disgrace to your family's dignity? I guess those who are educated only at the bottom of the social ladder don't understand, unless I make myself clear. You who grew up in an institution lives in a different world from those of us from the upper class. That's why we decided to break up the marriage. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you understand? And Ryan thinks the same way. Today is the day of the wedding, you know. I didn't hide my background from you. I don't understand why you're saying such a thing on the wedding day. I hate that kind of rebellious attitude too, because it clearly shows how bad you were brought up. We were waiting for your apology, you know. Apology? You should have apologized to us by the day before the wedding. I'm sorry for growing up at an institution. Thank you for accepting me even though I didn't grow up well. Please do not hesitate to discipline me harshly. After all, I did not listen to any of those words. I am very sorry, and at the same time, I'm relieved to repel you. Oh, I see. How are you going to contact everyone you invited? The groom's side here has already started to call off the wedding. You should get on with your bride's side as well. I am already at this ceremony. Then you should be the one to contact the wedding hall. I see. Well then, I guess I have no choice. Well, the number of people you invited to the wedding is smaller than ours, so I'm sure it will all be over in no time. This lack of personal connections is another sign of your poor upbringing. I shudder to think of someone like you joining our family. When I hear that you grew up in an institution, I knew that you didn't receive a proper education. Your parents must have been a bunch of jerks too. They loved me, but they passed away due to illness. Love is an easy word to use, but the reality is not so easy. No matter how much you talk about love, it has no value to our family. No matter how hard you try, you cannot change where you came from, and you will never measure up to our standards. If you truly intend to be a part of our family, you should be more humble. Your attitude is totally unacceptable. Think for a moment how much of an embarrassment you are to our family. I understand. I have no choice but to protect the dignity of our family. You must understand that. This bad upbringing will not go away easily, no matter how hard you try. Not only the way you look and the way you speak, but the way you think itself is different from ours. This is why you are not qualified to be our family. All I wanted was to be happy with Ryan. Your happiness becomes our family's unhappiness. How much trouble will it cause for someone like you to be a part of our family? You are so badly brought up that you can't even understand that. No matter how hard you try, this will never change. We are not going to accept you. Is that all you have to say? Yes, it is. We don't accept you. I'm formally calling off the engagement. Understood. If that is your intention, I accept it. But please, let me speak to Ryan directly. It's useless. He has no choice but to follow my decision. Still, I want to talk to him. Do as you please, but it won't change the outcome. Hey, Jason, are you reading this? Did you already arrive at the venue? I really wanted to see you and talk in person. The wedding is canceled. Hey, Laura. I just got a call from the president, who was invited on the groom's side. I thought I'd ask him what the heck was going on. Ryan's mother said that since I grew up in an institution, she doesn't want me to marry Ryan. Huh? I just called and confirmed this with Ryan. He said, I can't go against what my mother decided. What the heck is that? I understand what you're trying to say, but the wedding is cancelled. I'm sorry to trouble you, but please help me contact everyone. I'm going to talk to the people who have arrived at the venue to inform them about the cancellation and apologize. Oh, okay. Laura, are you okay? I was so worried about you. You're my precious little sister. I'm sorry for worrying you so much. I never thought this would happen. I don't know if I could have handled it on my own. I had so many things to deal with after that, I didn't have time to get depressed. I can imagine that you were preoccupied. You might start to get depressed gradually now that everything is done. I don't mean to be negative, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I guess. I wish I could have been there for you to help you out. Even though things have settled down, you still haven't officially called off your engagement with Ryan. And there is no doubt that there will be more trouble. At that time, you definitely shouldn't deal with it alone. I'm coming over there now. Let's work this out together. If having me by your side can lighten the load on your mind even a little, that's the best I can do. I will continue to support you, so please feel free to ask me anything. I don't know how things will go with Ryan, but no matter what the outcome is, I will be on your side. So don't keep it to yourself. If you have any problems, call me right away. I'm worried about you, so let's keep in touch often. This may be a difficult time for you, but you will get over it, I promise. Yeah, thank you. It's reassuring to have you by my side. I will not hold it all together within myself, but will rely on you. I don't know what will happen with Ryan, but with you by my side makes me feel safe. I am grateful that you are coming here to support me. I can be strong if you are here. Thank you so much. Laura, I have a message for you. A message? What is it? I forgot to tell you something very important. What? This engagement breakup was caused by your bad upbringing, so you have to pay me alimony. Alimony? And of course, you have to pay 100% of the cancellation fee, since it was canceled on the day of the wedding. The breaking of the engagement was initiated by you, and considering the reason for it, I think it is your fault. Are you going to argue again? I'm not arguing. I'm just saying the fact. You really didn't grow up well. I can't imagine someone like you marrying my son. Listen to me, Laura. Let me teach you a lesson for your future. People at the bottom of the social ladder like you should not go against the upper-class people like us. You must learn how to get around in the world by yourself, all right? What do you mean? It means that those at the bottom should not go against the upper class. The fact that I have to explain it to you using easy words is also an evidence of your poor upbringing, isn't it? Now let me ask you a question. If you say that those who grew up in an institution are at the bottom of society and have a bad upbringing, then my brother who also grew up in the same institution has the same problem. Does that mean that my brother who also grew up in an institution is the same way? Of course! You and your brother are equally illiterate. I'm really tired of dealing with uneducated people. It is utterly impossible for someone like you to marry Ryan. The fact that your brother grew up in the same institution means that he is equally undignified. Do you have any idea how much shame you would bring to us? Wait a minute. Huh? I see. Then I'll pay your alimony and wedding cancellation fee. Huh? What is this all of a sudden? You sound different. Excuse me for interrupting. I'm Laura's brother, Jason. Oh, as an older brother, I couldn't let you continue talking to her like this. I cannot tolerate anyone who talks to my sister like this. As her only relative, I would like to intervene. Even if the elder brother were to intervene, it would not change anything. After all, you're the only relative of Laura's, but you're so rude for not meeting my family and myself, aren't you? I really can't believe it. We can't welcome you with such an insane attitude. I told you that I was on an overseas assignment at the time. Of course, I would have returned home if necessary. I think when you found out that I was being adopted by another family, you said I was not exactly family, and you did not need to see me, right? Well, it doesn't change the fact that you two grew up in institutions and are at the bottom of the social ladder. Wouldn't it be better to avoid further embarrassment going this far? You guys are not worthy to be a part of our family after all. Please, take it easy. Well then, to your husband and your son Ryan, tell them that Jason Damon wants to pay the fee for breaking off the engagement and the wedding cancellation fee. Why should I bother to tell them? If you would just pay it in an honest manner, that will be all. Because it's not going to happen with you. Huh? Anyway, you will understand if you tell them. Please understand that from this point on, I will be the one who's talking. I am sure your husband and son will understand how rude you are. I hope that my intervention will help us to have a decent conversation. Please be aware that all future correspondence will be conducted through me. Is this Jason? Laura's elder brother? If I text to Laura, we can talk, right? Could you please reply to me? Best regards. How was the reaction of your husband and son? I apologize for that. That's an abrupt apology. Of course it is. I didn't expect it to be you. I had no idea that you were the president of Company XYZ, which accounts for 70% of my husband's company's sales. Does that mean the family you were adopted into was the family of the former president of Company XYZ? Yes, that's what it means. Therefore, at the wedding, Company XYZ, which had been invited as one of your husband's business partners, asked my adopted father, who was the president of the Company XYZ, to attend as the company representative. I was asked to attend as the bride's brother. However, this was a private matter. So I had not informed anyone other than the groom, Ryan, the fact that I was the president of Company XYZ. What? Ryan knew about you? Yes, he did. So, when you broke off the engagement in a violent manner, did he resist in any way? Come to think of it, the moment he opened his mouth to say something, either I or my husband yelled at him and didn't give him a chance to speak. After I told Laura to break off the engagement, he stayed in his room for a long time. I see. And? What? The alimony and the wedding cancellation fee. How much would it be in total? Oh, no, that's outrageous. I think we should pay it. We will pay the alimony to Laura. We will also pay all expenses for the wedding. You have my word. I understand. I will have my lawyer visit you at a later date and entrust him with the details of the breakup of the engagement. From now on, please communicate with us through that lawyer. Yes. Please be advised that we will also ask you to delete Laura's contact information. Understood. I am truly sorry. I'm sorry to say it is all our fault. We will make sure that this will not happen again. It is for the best. For my sister's sake, I don't want any more trouble. It would be helpful if you could respond promptly when your lawyer contacts you. Yes. Then I will leave this matter in the sole discretion of my lawyer. Thank you very much. Yes, I am very aware of that. Please do not hesitate to let us know if you have any questions or need anything additional. Understood. Well, I will leave you now. I am truly sorry. Hey, Laura, I heard that your alimony has been paid in full. Yes, it did. I guess it's over now. I see. By the way, I heard you talk to Ryan on the phone for the last time, right? Yes, I did. I don't think we can get back together, but I wanted to tell him how I really feel. What did he say? First, he will leave his parents' house. He's also quitting his father's company and won't be following his footsteps. He said that his weak will was the only reason he ended up like this. He's thinking of it as a kind of atonement and spiritual discipline. I see. I still think it's a bit naive, but he seems to be trying in his own ways, so I won't say anything. Come to think of it, Ryan's father too. I heard that his father gave up his position as a president to someone else. It was a result of thinking about how to avoid any problems in the relationship between our company and his. Apparently, the new president was brought in from the outside. He is planning to take a smaller severance package than planned and move back to the countryside. I see. But his wife Mary is not so happy. She was so upset with the outcome that she slapped her husband with divorce papers, saying, "If you don't want to divorce me, you should continue to be the president." She's now back at her parents' house, which is 2 hours away by plane. What? Hey, does that mean... It's already decided to replace the president. Let's see how things will turn out. I see. Laura, I have a favor to ask you. Please, talk to your brother. Talk to my brother? What on earth would I talk about? You know, our family is about to be torn apart. I don't want a divorce. I can't do anything about that, even if you tell me now. But I need your help. My help? No matter what I do, the situation will not change. You might be able to convince your brother to protect our family. Why should I protect your family? It's not my fault that this happened. But if you don't help me, I'm in real trouble. I don't want a divorce. That is your problem. It has nothing to do with me. Why are you so cold? We're family. We should help each other, right? Family? We are not family. Have you forgotten that you did not accept me as family? I cannot and will not do anything about it. Please do not interfere with my life anymore. I will block all your contacts. Do something about it. Please, help me. Laura? After that, Mary's husband filed for divorce immediately. She was furious at her husband's selfish behavior and blamed him, demanding a larger share of the property, but he coldly refused. She had no choice but to ask Ryan for help. But he was also unemployed, and the two became poor. In the end, Mary and Ryan ran out of money to live on, and they were desperate. When I heard this, I did not feel any sympathy. They are complete strangers, and I want them to live their lives as they pleased. I am slowly healing from the trauma of the loss, thanks to my brother's help. I don't want to be in a relationship for a while. In the future, if I fall in love with someone, I would like him to meet my brother soon. I hope that day would come someday.